Welcome back everyone to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 7, Episode 5 of Eldritch Horror, Mountains of Madness expansion, and we're playing with Ithaqua, the Windwalker. So we're on turn 5. We'll do a quick recap of the board. I've got the sideboard up here, playing with the Doomsayer from Antarctica Prelude card, so we get to use the sideboard. We've got quick recap of turn 5, and then we'll get into turn 6. We've got Ursula Downs, the Explorer. At the Miskatonic Outpost, a cultist and a gate have spawned here, and she's positioned to head off to the Snowy Mountains to work on our adventure, Antarctic Adventure Through the Mountains Part 2. We've also got the Handyman, Wilson Richards, in the pyramids, right out of sight here, in the pyramids, maybe going off toward closing this rumor at the at Sydney, having to do with crawling chaos. This rumor's been open. It's been bouncing around the board, so it's particularly worrisome. And then finally, bootlegger Finn Edwards up in San Francisco, heading off to close that other active rumor. He's close to there, so let's get him closing that out. Those hit very hard in the Reckoning phase, and we're down to one Eldritch token on that one, so I think we better take care of that. So jumping into turn 6, quick shout out to the other strange cryptozoological specimens from Book 1 and 2 of the Bogman Saga, Killingworth Bogman and Carolina Tobacco Geist. Your purchase helps to support the channel, pays for electricity, lighting, helps me to remember to spawn 2 clues every turn when I play with 3 players. Thank you for your support in the comments, and thanks for watching. Definitely looking forward to maybe 2022 growing this to some live streams. Let's see if we can get the subscriptions up. So your sharing and liking and subscribing helps me with the YouTube algorithm, so appreciate that. Okay, so let's jump into turn number 5. And just move I guess I'll leave the sideboard here because we'll start out with Ursula Downs, the Explorer. Let's have her go ahead and try to get rid of this hypothermia condition on a rest action, so she can roll a die. She gets a 3. Let's have her try to roll that again. Just clear this out. That's on the corner. 1. No, it doesn't look like, no matter how many times I roll, it's going to happen. So she tried to remove her hypothermia condition. That's fine. We'll have her sit tight here in Miskatonic Outpost. She can move 1 space along an uncharted path, but she has to encounter this cultist. So let's let her do that first. Next up will be Wilson Richards, the Handyman. Wilson is down here in the pyramids. Let's have him go down to the heart of Africa. He can still gain 1 asset from the reserve. So let's check out the reserve here. Any asset with 1, no assets with 1. And does he have some other thing? When you defeat a monster, item, exposure. He also can try to close his condition. Yeah, let's have him do a roll to close his hypothermia condition. And he does close his hypothermia condition, discards his hypothermia card, and he will move down that 1 to Heart of Africa. So let's have him move down 1 to Heart of Africa, and he can encounter this clue. From there he can, actually let's have him go to this one instead, because from here he can take a ship 1, 2, and maybe he can get to here instead. So that'll be his longer goal. So Handyman will try to gain that clue, and then we've got to solve that mystery. So eventually he's got to make his way back up to the north and use his clues. So I think after this he'll have to head north. Not sure how we'll do it. Or we can have bootlegger Finn Edwards take care of it. So Finn Edwards While he's here, going to go up and encounter the... and let's have him try to cure his hyperthermia as well. He misses that. Let's have him use a token to reroll. And gets a 4, he closes his hyperthermia. So hyperthermia is closed for 2 of them. And he will get to do the encounter of the active rumor. So let's get into it. Let's go back to the Antarctic. Miskatonic Outpost. We've got Ursula Downs in the encounter phase. Let's have her go ahead and fight that cultist. So right off the bat, she can roll her attack. Let's have her first do the cultist, just the attack here. And misses. She does not have any extra, so she's going to take 2 damage from that. So she's taken some damage, and let's have her go again. And she gets the 2 this time, and she kills the cultist. So cultist is out of the thing. She did take some damage in the encounter. No worries though. So let's have her go into the Miskatonic Outpost portal, and we'll see what she finds there. So I believe for this we do... do we do this? No, I think that's just a clue encounter. Let's just double check. Yeah, let's go with this encounter. I think we can use this as opposed to the portal encounters, which are more generic. So Miskatonic Outpost, the air shifts. Oh no, this has to be a portal one, sorry. This has to be a portal. The Plateau of Leng. So she goes through the Miskatonic Outpost portal, and she somehow is in the Plateau of Leng. So this is kind of like the way the portals work. A robed figure tells you that he's going to devour you and use your soul to fuel his arcane might. You want to run away as you listen to his words. You feel a cold paralysis overtake you. You struggle to resist the effects of his spell. Okay, let's see how she does here. If you fail, your body gets numb with cold. Gain a hypothermia condition. So if she would gain another hypothermia condition, so she actually has to flip the card. It says the cold has shocked your system, left you temporarily blinded, lose 1 sanity point. So she's going to lose a sanity point because her hypothermia has just overwhelmed her. But it does say, close this gate. You can close this gate, though. So she does get to close the gate. So Miskatonic Output Gate is closed. Can discard this, and let's move on to... Yeah, so that's basically her encounter phase. She's gone through the gate. She's closed the gate, so good news for us. First gate is closed in the Antarctic. She did take some damage here, so let's go ahead and move on to the Handyman, Wilson Richards. So Wilson Richards has moved off to spot 8, which is a wilderness spot. So let's have him do an encounter, Ithaqua research encounter card. He's in a wilderness spot, so it says, people have been going missing from nearby villages. You follow some tracks and believe will lead you to the reason for their disappearance. So let's check his... Okay. If you pass, you find the mangled corpses of the missing persons far from any village. So it's sort of like this is sort of like the Skinwalker, right? The Skinwalker idea. So there's missing people, like Dave Pilates stuff, right? So missing people, and something's been taking them. Ithaqua's minions, the Sasquatches, something like this. And he finds all these bodies off far from the village. He gains the clue, but he loses 1 sanity, which is kind of cool, right? He loses 1 sanity from the ordeal. So he can gain the clue, but then we have to So he needs to heal a bit. He only had 4 sanity to start with, so maybe his next turn he can do a rest. Okay, so yeah, that's cool. So we gained another sanity, and now he's positioned to maybe head down to Sydney and close this rumor. So good. Well done, Handyman Wilson Richards. Let's go to the bootlegger Finn Edwards. Finn Edwards, the bootlegger. What has he got here? He's got a whiskey bottle. He can discard this to prevent losing sanity. He can roll on a 5 or 6. He gains an item or trinket as an action. And he can discard this card in place of gaining a debt condition. So if he's going to gain a debt condition, he can get this. He also has to get to the lake camp at some point. So maybe he can push through to this side and run down. Let's see how it works out. So he's going to do this encounter. It's called the Cold White Silence. So let's read his encounter here. Like a living thing, the cold has crept to parts of the globe that have not seen snow in eons. Like we've got snow on the pyramids, right? So this is cool. You fear the dreaded Ithaqua is transforming the world to free itself from its frozen prison. Cold White Silence. So it's sort of like what the White Walkers should have been, right? Before that disappointment. Ongoing rumor, Cold White Silence. As an encounter, the investigator in Space 1, which is like Alaska, has an encounter, may search for the cause of the unusual cold. So he's going to search for the cause of the unusual cold. Passes. If you pass, you may spend clues to resolve this rumor. So yeah, so he'll go ahead and spend clues to resolve this rumor. And when there are no Eldritch tokens, okay, so that's it. So he's closed this rumor. He can take this out. So he is on Space 1, successfully closed a rumor, and that means no reckoning for this one. So we just have the reckoning of this to deal with, if there's a reckoning. So pretty good job, everyone. We still have the active mystery closed. We still need the active adventure to close. So we'll kind of go back and put this up here just to kind of frame what we're going to do next. I believe we'll have her go down to Snowy Mountains on the next turn. I think that's the right way. And then we can sort of try to close out our adventure, part 2. We still only have the first mystery. We still need to get going on these mysteries, so we need a real push toward closing these upper ones. So let's see how that works out. Encounter phase is done. Let's go to the mythos phase, and we have a helping hand. Okay, you lost contact with a friend some time ago. You've lost contact with a friend some time ago and have tracked the worshippers of some dark god to a rundown hotel. As you suspected, you find your companion bound and gagged inside. Jeez, it's weird. Okay, so a rundown hotel, a helping hand. We rescue a friend from the worshippers of Ithaqua, I guess. So first off is we have a advance the omen. Again, no open gates. We've been pretty good at keeping the gates closed. So no advancement of the omen, but we have to resolve a reckoning. First resolve reckoning is gaining of hypothermia condition again, unless people spend a focus. So I guess I have Wilson spend a focus. And then Finn doesn't have a focus, so he gains back a hypothermia condition, and Ursula Downs has to flip her chilling blindness, so she loses another sanity point as a result. So that's not good. So that's the reckoning from Ithaqua. Then there's a reckoning for this active rumor. So the active rumor says advance doom by 1, at least unless the group as a whole spends clues. We don't want to spend clues. So it says if investigators do not spend the clues, discard the top card of the expedition deck. Okay, so this is the Sydney card. We discard it. And move the crawling chaos epic monster to the active expedition space. So the new active expedition space will be in Rome, and this card. And then we move the rumor to Rome, which is great news for us. So this means that next round he's in position to finally close this darn thing. So this is great. So let's have him close that. And maybe Wilson Richards can also go up and start closing these frozen Ithaqua cities, Tunguska here. We need some more clues, so let's generate some clues and move forward with that. Finally, we spawn a monster gate, so let's spawn a gate. Buenos Aires. Spawns Buenos Aires. Didn't we close a gate there already? No, I guess not. Maybe we had some adventure that was there. So let's put a monster here. We've got the Leopard Man of Buenos Aires. It's 2. Okay, so that is spawned. So we've gotten through our Mythos card. And then finally, event is 1 character unique asset is given to the lead investigator. This is that friend that was bound. So let's find friends here. So let's look for ones. I will grab ones that are from the Mountains of Madness expansion. So I'll kind of skip through until I find one that's... Okay, I got the first one here. Character, Kid O'Brien. Once per round, you may add 1 success to your test results when resolving a strength test. Okay, so she's got Kid O'Brien. And she reduces the damage monsters you encounter by 1 to a minimum of 1. So it helps with monsters, and got an ally here for Ursula Down. So this is the friend that she untied. And that is going to wrap it up for turn number 5. Let's put a little note here for turn number 6. Will be our next turn when we come back. Looking forward to next turn. We'll have Wilson Richards head up to Rome. We'll have Finn Edwards. Maybe Finn Edwards will try to go down to Miskatonic too. Pick up those clues as well. The problem is we need clues, so I think maybe Wilson Richards closes the rumor and then heads up to close this one, and we can start putting some Eldritch tokens on this active mystery. Okay, thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Leave your comments below, like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you on turn 6. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.